So I can't remember who said this, but I recall hearing someone say once, Mary is the first preacher of the Incarnation. And at first this description caught me off guard, but then I began to realize there is some truth to it, regardless of how you view the birth narratives, whether you view it as literal or symbolic. Mary, the mother of Jesus, is also representative of those called to preach, especially those who identify as women. I've been lucky. All the churches I've participated in, even the Pentecostal one, affirmed the ordination and leadership of women. Now, the Pentecostal church had other problematic ideas about gender, but they did allow women to be ordained and be in leadership roles. And I'll be honest, it boggles my mind when I come across Christian traditions and churches that claim that women are to remain silent in church, or who claim that God only calls men to ministry. And amazingly enough, sometimes Mary is used to reinforce this gendered hierarchy. Some of those who believe women shouldn't be ordained or be in leadership positions say, see, Mary gave birth to Jesus. A woman's purpose isn't to lead, but to raise children. But I would argue that Mary's calling to birth Jesus does not negate her calling as a preacher. In fact, in her specific case, those roles are entwined. Now, to be clear, those roles aren't entwined for everyone. I know plenty of people who are in positions of leadership who preach, who aren't parents. But my point is that one role does not negate the other. But luckily, the limitations that we place on ourselves aren't the limitations that God reinforces. The phrase that I usually hate, but I think is applicable here is, we make plans and God laughs. Well, we create barriers and God destroys them. God rejects the oppressive status quo. God calls who God wills. We have to decide whether we will obey God and support those who are called, or if we're going to try and block God's calling. I know which I'd rather be on.